Okay, dividing by greatest common factors, or GCFs. First, we want to divide by we will find the greatest common factor. So normally they can be divided into 12 and 2. The greatest number will be 2. 2 can be divided into both of these. So 2 here. Then we write behind it parentheses 12x minus 2. And then we divide both terms by 2. Okay. Now that we have all our GCS in proper place, we have a 2 here, then we simplify. 12x divided by 2 gives us 6x. One negative is negative, and 2 divided by 2 is 1, and then close parentheses. Next, we have a 12 and a 4. Both of these can be divided by 4. That's the greatest number that can divide both of them. So that's your GCF is 4. In parentheses, 12x minus 4, and then divide by 4 here. So we multiply by 4 and divide by 4. So this becomes 4 parentheses, and we simplify the inside here. So 12x divided by 4 becomes 3x minus 4 divided by 4 becomes 1, and close parentheses. Okay. All right, the GCF for this one, we have a 6 and a 12 and a 6. The greatest common factor would be 6, but it leads with a negative, therefore this will be a negative 6. If it leads with a negative, your GCF will be negative. And now we write the rest of the numbers, negative 12 and x plus 6. And now we divide everything by negative 6. And the tendency is to lose a lot of these negatives. The negative 6 here, negative 6, negative 6 here. Sometimes, many times, these negatives are not written. Okay, so this will be negative 6 here. And negative divided by negative is positive. 12 divided by 6 is 2 and x. Positive divided by negative is negative. 6 divided by 6 is 1 in close parentheses. Next, we have a 12 and a 9. Both of these can be divided by 3. That's our greatest common factor. So we have 3 here. Since it leads with a negative, this is going to be a negative 3. So we'll put a negative 3 there. And then behind we'll put negative 12x plus 9, close parentheses. So we're going to divide each of these by negative 3. Okay, so negative 3 is here, and then we'll simplify on the inside. So negative divided by negative is going to be positive. 12 divided by 3 is going to be 4, and then x. Positive divided by negative is going to be negative, and 9 divided by 3 is going to be 3, and then close parentheses. Next we have a 12 and a 10. These can both be divided by 2. That's the greatest common factor. So this will be 2 here. Because it leads with a negative 12, this is going to be a negative 2. So let's put in negative 12, or parentheses negative 12, x minus 10, and close parentheses. And then we're going to divide everything by negative 2. Now I know it's very easy to neglect the negatives, but keep those in mind. So what we have is a negative 2, and negative divided by negative is positive. 12 divided by 2 is 6, and then x. Negative divided by negative is positive, and 10 divided by 2 is 5, and close parentheses. Here, the greatest common factor for 12 and 12 is 12, because they can both be divided by 12. And because it leads with a negative, we'll have a negative there. In parentheses, negative 12x minus 12, close parentheses, and both of these will be divided by a negative 12. As a result, we'll get a negative 12 here, and negative divided by negative is positive. 12 divided by 12 is 1, and then bring down the x. Negative divided by negative is positive. 12 divided by 12 is 1, and then close parentheses.